The story before. May continued to look for the truth in Alicia's memory space, a strange place named Alicia Everlasting. As before, her journey was full of whistles and thorns. Flame chasers were disappearing one after another, and there was no end to all their suspicions. At last, everything pointed to one uninvited guest, Herrscher of Corruption. To stop his corruption, May, along with the other flame chasers, used her own memories to recreate a memory replica of Alicia and found out the greatest secrets among the flame chasers, everything about the 13th Herrscher. At the journey's end, with the combined powers of the 13 flame chasers, the Elysian realm vanished with the Herrscher of Corruption in it. May, who left beforehand under Alicia's protection, finally bade the pioneers pass farewell while walking towards the future solely made for the successor. I remember that night, I happened to walk to the window and look up the starry sky. I suddenly had a strange feeling, as if I wasn't looking up to the sky, but the sky was looking down at me. As with tens of thousands of nights that had gone by, the cold, starry sky looked down at the man who was just as cold. The starry sky was unfathomable. So was the man. He was unfeeling and outside the cycle. In the eyes of his followers, he was like a wheel formed by vacuum. Sire? Sire? I'm listening. Jacko told me to report that Harris' project has passed validation testing, awaiting instructions. The man eyed the mercenary in front of him in silence, as if this was their first meeting. She tensed up. Are the children settled? She could not believe her ears. She never imagined that her sire would ask her about them. I made a camping plan for them. They're looking forward to the starry sky. It'll be worth the wait. As usual, the man's words were emotionless. It awakened her to how wishful her thinking was. An owl in the distance hooted untimely. It reminded her of Great Serpent's funeral. At that time, she silently watched the remains of somewhat resembled corpses being systematically dismantled into a heap of featureless mechanical parts by a group of micro-robots. Raven, why do you think birds can fly? A nonsensical question, yet the sire had never spoken nonsensically to the mercenary's knowledge. She must answer it honestly. If you're asking for my opinion, I think birds are born to fly, and there's no why. He remained silent. Perhaps the answer did not satisfy him. You're not wrong. But Raven, would you tell those children the same? No, that's not the answer they want. In front of them, I would tell them that birds fly because they want to fly. It's the destiny they carved for themselves. I hope so too. Raven noticed his gaze. Obviously, he was not just saying it to her. It suddenly dawned on her that perhaps the whole seemingly impulsive conversation was so. Kevin gazed beyond her and into the distance. It was empty, except for the boundless starry sky. A week later. Raven, do you have something to tell me? Up from the underground base to the lifeless surface, then along the shepherd's path into the ruined city. After a long silence, the Herrscher of Thunder, who was no longer a member of the World Serpent,
谁知道呢？
Who knows? Raven shrugged. Shixel's
再往前走，
territory
可
is
就是
up
拼命的地
ahead.
界了。
If I figure out what to
我如果真
say,
想好了
I'd
要
have
说什
said
么，
it.
应该一早就和你讲清楚了才对。
How's Sora and the others
小空他们
doing?
还好吧？
Of course.
当然了，
Actually, I think they have
比如
too
说
much energy to
这段
burn.
日子过下来，他们一个个都有些精力过剩了。
Know what? The last
知道
time I
吗？
went back,
我
the
上次回去，
wallpaper was
那间
covered
别
in
墅的墙纸
scribbles.
上被画满了各式各样的
Among
涂
them
鸦，
was a stick figure
里
rolling
面
on
甚
the
至有个躺在
floor,
地上打
and
滚
they
的火
said
柴
it was
人。
me.
他们都说那就是我。
Remember to visit them
将
when
来
you
有机
have a
会，
chance.
记得再去看看他
Sora
们。
really likes
小空
you.
可喜欢你了，
You have my words.
一言为定。
Anyway,
话
have
说
you
回来，
contacted anyone
天
at
命或者
Shixel
逆
or
商那边，
Anti-Entropy?
你有主动联系过谁吗？
Not yet.
还没
If
有。
not face to face,
如果不是面对
I
面，
don't know
我甚至不知道自
what
己
to
该说
say.
些什么。
Oh my, you're
哎，
acting like a
唯独这种
Harris
时候，
again.
你又变回了过去的牙医大小姐。
Okay, no more joking around.
好了好
I've
了，不开玩笑
accompanied you
了。
long enough.
送君千里，终有一别。
You'll be finishing
接
the
下来的
path
路
alone.
你得自己走了。
I'll get
先失
going.
陪了，
Still,
我还攒了一
I
堆
have
尊主
many
亲自
missions
指派的任
assigned
务
by
没
the
完成
sire
呢。
himself.
等等，
Wait,
你说
Kevin personally
凯文
assigned
亲自给你
missions
派
to
任
you?
务，
I know that
难以
sounds
想象，对
crazy.
吧？
However, I
我也
wouldn't
是，
dare belittle myself in
但
front
我
of
不
the
可能当着
sire.
尊主的面妄自菲薄。
In short, my
总而言
hands
之，
are
现
full
在
with
我手
dirty
上堆满
jobs,
了脏
and
活，
I can't force
还不
them
能卖
on
给灰
Great
蛇去做。
Serpent. Dirty jobs?
脏活，
They're not what you
不是你
think
想的
they
那
are.
种。
They're
怎么说
legit
呢？
labor.
算是正儿八经的体力活吧。
That sounds more
这听上去更
suspicious.
可疑了。
What? You're
怎
not
么？
part of the
即便已
organization
经不再是组
anymore,
织的一
yet
员，
you
我
still
们的牙
care
医大
about
小姐
our
还是心
business?
系世界时的商业蓝图吗？
I'm not kidding,
我没有在
Raven.
开玩笑，毒牙。
Kevin has
我
been
原本就
acting
感觉凯文的
hastily
行为
and
有些仓促，
strangely.
奇
You
怪。
know, going back obliviously,
如果就这样不
anything
明不
won't
白的
help
回
me
去，
in the least.
那对我根本毫无帮助。
Oh,
嗯？
then
那
what do
你
you
打
want
算
to
怎么
do?
做？
I'll stalk you,
我要跟
Raven.
踪你，毒
Openly.
牙，光明正大的跟踪你。
Oh?
啊？
Hyperion completed orbital maneuver. Relay signal tracking stable. Ship entering the lunar orbit. Main engines off.
干得好，爱酱。
Good job, Ai-chan. Please put me through to the Salt Lake Base Command Center.
老板，
Yes, boss.
学长，
Hi, Principal.
提安娜，
Kiana?
没想到吧？
Haha, surprised? I just finished breakfast and saw Dr. Einstein off to her ship at the command center after Dr. Tesla, so I followed her here. Hello, Madame Teresa. Things look well.
托您的福。
All thanks to you. Before setting out, I never dreamed you'd equip Hyperion with a gravity simulator.
这一点应该感谢 Brownie。
You should thank Brania for that. She helped Dr. Test develop a system that provides signal gravity by utilizing a replica of the Star of Eden.
即使在太空里，也可以拥有
Does
像
that
飞机一样
mean
的体验。
even the outer space? It
听我
feels
说呀，
like a regular
比过
flight.
去在大气
If
中
you
行驶
ask
的秀
me,
波
it'll
利
be
安
more
还要再平稳
stable
一些
than the atmospheric
昨晚我
flights
休息得很
of the
好，
old Hyperion.
朦朦胧胧，
I
甚
slept
至
so
感觉
well
自己
last
回到了
night
圣弗
that
雷
I
亚的
feel
交
like I
通
was
宿舍。
back in St. Freya's faculty
感谢
dormitory.
德丽莎女士的夸赞。
Thank you for the compliment.
虽说逆商组织的前身
Although the
天命的前身
predecessor of Anti-Entropy, the North American branch of Shishsal, was founded by Miss Nancy Edison, who championed civilian use. This is actually our first attempt at developing the civilian
伊
function.
甸之星
Star of Eden?
，Brania 和我说过，他在逆商
Brania
组
told
织
me
从
that
天
it
命独
played
立
a
的过程
huge
中
role in
扮演了非常关
Anti-Entropy's
键的角色。
separation from
对吧？
Shixal.
不
Is
是
that right, Doctor?
沿着自由之路前行，
Follow the
然后在午夜
Freedom
做好你的
Trails
心
and
动。
visit Lexington at
的确，
midnight.
如果没有伊
Indeed,
甸之星，
without the Star of
逆商组
Eden,
织即便还能诞
even if
生，
anti-entropy
也绝
was
不
a
会成长
thing,
到
it'd
今天的
never
规模。
grow to its present size.
虽然在当初与天命斗争的年代，
Although
印
back
伤
in
父亲的
time
宗
when
旨可以
anti-entropy
总结为
competed with
最好的威胁是
jigsaw,
不
our
采取行
principle
动。
can be summarized as the best threat is
但这种
inaction.
有效威慑，毫
But
无
the
疑问必须
efficacy
建立
of
在
this
首战得胜
deterrence
的基础
must
上，
be built on winning the first
至少
battle.
要
At
让
the
当时
very
的天命
least,
发自
we
内
had
心
to
的相
convince
信，
Jigsaw that they
他们
weren't
没有挑
capable
起
of
全面
starting
战
a
争，以
full-fledged
摧
war
毁
and
我们。
destroying us.
所以才有瓦尔特先生必须借助理智律者
That's
的
why
能力
Mr.
一种获得
Young
的那个
had
老
to
师吧。
borrow the power
就骗
of
过那个
the
奥托，
Herrscher of
可不
Reason
是一
to
件容易的
disguise
事。
himself. It isn't easy to fool
应
that
该说，
Otto.
多亏了普朗克老师的手
It's
腕，
thanks to the finesse
医
of
生
our
才
teacher,
能在当年那
Prof.
种极端
Planck
困难的局
that
面下逐步
anti-entropy
站稳
was
脚跟。
able to gain a foothold in that extremely
或许
volatile
这也多少
situation.
让当年的我们对老师
Perhaps
产生了依赖
also
心理，
because of
以至于
this,
在他
we're
突然离世之后，
dependent on her, so
医
much
生的
so
管
that
理
she
一度非
set
常
them
混乱。
passing through anti-entropy into chaos.
抱歉，德丽莎老
Sorry,
师，
Madame Teresa, I
一不
went
小
off
心
tangent
就聊起
about
了
the
这件
bygone
前尘往
days.
事，差点就偏离了我们原本的话题。
没关系啊。
That's fine. It's beneficial for us to hear you analyze history from anti-entropy's perspective.
无论是理智律者还是空知律
The
者，
authorities of the Herrscher of Reason and the Herrscher of the Void both have great possibilities. If we can combine the experiences of anti-entropy and Jigsaw, I believe we can further strengthen ourselves.
的确，就像之前
True,
说到的
take the
伊甸
Star
之
of
心，
Eden for example.
长光
Miss
小姐对它充
Nagamitsu
满了
is
兴趣。
intrigued by it,
我们
so
也
we're
乐于与
happy
她
to
的实
share
验室分
information
享
and
信息，
discuss the
共同
possibilities
探
of
讨
the
地
ninth
球
divine
之间未
tea
来的
with
可
her
能
lab.
性。也就是说，接下来
Which
我们有
means
机会见到一个
we
与众
may
不同的伊
see a
甸之心吗？
different Star of Eden soon.
有可能。
It's
而且
possible.
随着各种合作项目
And
的
as
进
our
展，
collaboration
我们各方的协
advances,
作
our
水平
synergy
一
is
直在
also
稳步提升。
improving. I think this is
作为愿景，
a lot of
我
prospects
想
that will
我们也
eventually
真有机
realize
会
Cellini
去实现南
project
希小姐曾
envisioned
经
by
设
Miss
想的
Nancy.
月光王座计划。所以 ，Kiana，
So,
机会难
Kiana,
得
do you want to watch our
你
space
接下
drill?
来要
You
光
don't
顾我
get
们
this
的普朗
chance
演习
every
吗？
day.
按照既定计划，今天会
We're
演练深空
practicing
炮
deep
击、
space
珠峰战斗
gunnery
这两个
and
科目，
extravehicular combat today.
听上去就挺有趣的。
That sounds fun.
不过我
I'd
等下
love
还要参加
to.
女武神的
But I
机动
need to
战术训
attend
练，
mobile
应该
tactics
是没法一直
training
参
for
观了。
Valkyries later.
啊，是幽兰戴尔吗？
Oh, is it
我听说
Durandal?
他最近会带
I
你参
heard
加各
she's
种计划
taking
的
you
一
to
部
all
培训，
kinds of
还制定了
systematic
很严格的
Valkyrie
培养计划
trainings
的。
and has tailored a strict training program for
是
you.
啊，天命最强女武神，
Yeah,
她
she's
真的
our
是一个很
strongest
好
Valkyrie.
也很厉害的
She's
人啊。
such a wonderful
不
and
过
powerful
该怎么说
person
呢？要是
that
训练量没那么
I
丰
hope
富
she
的
can
话，
tone down the crazy volume.
你哈哈什么啊？
Haha,
可是幽兰戴尔
that's。Durandal
我看
you're
你
talking
还是别
about.
经常想偷
You
懒的
better
吧。
forget about slacking off. The two continued to chat until Chicksaw's Hestia landed on the landing pad in Salt Lake Base. Kiana waved
真
goodbye.
好呀。
How nice!
是啊，和大半年
Yeah,
前
compared
那
to
场攻势的时
herself
候
in
相比，
Nagazora half a year ago,
她简直就像
she's a
换了一
different
个人。
person.
年轻人的成长就是这么迅
That's
速
how
的，
rapid youth
一转眼
grow.
的功夫，
They mature
或
before
许
their
就成熟
parents
的让
know
父母
it.
都吃惊不已了。说起来，爱讲，演习的准备
Speaking
工
of
作怎么
which,
样啊？
Ai-chan, how are the drill preparation
小管家
going?
随时待命。
Hyperion, standing by.
那么，
Great.
就由我再
Then I'll
复述一
repeat
遍
today's
今
drill
天的演习
plan.
计划吧。如同我们在计划书中所指出的，
As we have pointed out in
本
our
次演
plan,
习旨在检
this
验
drill
圣
is
布利
designed
安
to
进行
test
原化生计划
Hyperion's
的深
deep
空计
space
划
crew
系统
system
全
and
部的
fully
破绽系
automated
统，
combat
并在
system
此过程
after
中
the amend
加深我们
upgrade
指挥部
and
门的
improve
战
our
役应
command
用能力。
ability in the process.
根据演习日程的安排，
According
今
to
天
the
的主要练
schedule,
习科
today's
目
main
有
exercises
深
are
空炮击、
deep space
出舱战斗
gunneering,
以及电子
extravehicular
进攻训
combat,
练。
and electromagnetic
我们会
silence
首先对
running.
单独科目进行演练，
We will
然后再检
finish
验科目之间交叉配合。
first individual exercises,
那么，
then
我
test
们就直接
cross
从出
function.
舱战斗的环节开始吧。
Let's start
艾讲可
with
以针对稍后的两个
extravehicular
科目
combat
提前做好
system.
必要的准备。
Ai-chan can prepare for the two
看来，
following
德丽莎女士的兴
exercise
致
in
相当高
advance.
涨了。
Madame Teresa is
看到后
quite
辈们不断进步的
enthusiastic
样
about
子，
it.
我们
I'm
作为前
happy
辈，
to see our
肯定
juniors
也不
make
甘心就这样被
progress,
他们远
but
远
we
超过
can't
呀，
let them
对吧？
surpass us that easily,
的
can
确如
we?
此。正所谓
Indeed,
老
an
夫聊发少
elder
年
can
狂，
regain teenage
大家谁还
vigor.
不是个年轻
We're
人
all
呢？
young at heart.
由于供普通人穿戴的宇航服非常笨重，因此只有力者、融合战士、圣痕觉醒者才真正具备在外太空敏捷作战的能力。
Additionally, personnel
在失重
outside
状
the
态下，
cabin in
出舱活
0G
动的人员
would
将很难控制
have
自身的运动
difficulty
轨迹，
directing their movements,
因此
so gravity
重力模拟
simulators are
装
also
置也
required
是
for
此类作
such.
战的必要条件之一。
Even
但
if
即
the
便设
above
法解决了上述
obstacles
所
are
有困难，
overcome, we
我
still
们仍
can't
然无法
change
改
the
变
extreme
外太空的
cold
极端低
in
温环
outer
境。
space. That
这就需
requires
要
the
作战人员，
combatant, which is
也
you,
就是
Madame
你，
Teresa,
格丽莎
to
女
stay
士，
close to the
注意在行动
pre-installed
中
thermal
不要过
radiator
于
in
远离预先
action.
设置好的热辐射装置。
Under
在
the
目前的演习
requirement
条
of
件
this
下，我
rehearsal,
们只能
we
准
can
备训
only
练机甲
prepare
作为
these
假想敌。
training machines to act as our make-believe enemies.
如果
If
之后长光的
Nagamitsu's
实验进展顺
experiments
利，
go smoothly in the
或许可以
future,
引入一
we
些
might
更
be
高等的目
able
标
to
进行实
involve
战演练。
targets of higher standards in our trial battles.
特斯拉
Dr.
博士对
Tesla
此
is
很有
very
兴趣，
interested in
他
this.
甚
She
至
even
已
thought
经
of
给潜在
names
的
for
演练对象准备好
potential
了名字。
opponents in this rehearsal,
从特斯
from
卡、克里波卡到
Tazlapoca
维奇诺
to
波切特林，
Huitzilopochtli.
这都是些什么名字呀？
What are those names? Oh no, my limbs are getting numb.
四肢开始麻木。
I got too careless. Ew, I'm all warmed up.
暖和过来了。
最后一
And
波
that
敌
was the
人处
last
置完
wave
成。
of enemies. You've worked
辛苦
hard,
了，
Madame
格丽莎女
Teresa.
士。
Please return
现
to
在
the
请返回舱
cabin
内休
and
息
rest
片
for a
刻，
while.
我们
Both
彼
of
此稍
us
作休
should take
息，
a break
再进行
before
演练的后续科
continuing.
目。
Ah, cabin, sweet
果然
cabin.
还是舱内最舒服了。
Ai-chan, is there
冰箱里还有
marriages
苦
in the
瓜汁吗？
fridge? There's a lot,
当然有
Captain
很多啦，格
Teresa.
丽莎舰长。
But
不
just
过
now,
就在
our
刚才，
sailing ran into
我
a
们的航行
problem.
遇到了一些问题。
Problem?
题，
Please look
请
here.
看这里
The actual course
修
of
伯利安的实际
Hyperion
航向
has been
与理论预
deviating
测的自
from
然
the
航向，
theoretically
从今早
predicted
开始
course
就持
since
续产
this
生偏
morning.
差。
At
一
first,
开
this
始这种偏差
deviation
十
was
分微小，
negligible,
与正常的自
almost
然波动几
identical
乎没
to
有区
normal
别。但
fluctuations.
最近半个小时，
But for the
你看
past half hour,
就是这张
which
图
is
表的
the
最右端，
rightmost part of the chart, this
这一
deviation
偏差
has
开始呈
become
现出新图形，
systematic and
并且偏
increased
差
in
值本身也
value.
越来越大。
Are you
你说
saying
这种
this
偏差
deviation
影
is
响到修伯利
affecting
安的正常巡
cruising
航
of
吗？
Hyperion? I
目
can
前
solve this
我可以通过手动
problem
矫
by
正航线
manually
来解决这个
correcting
问
the
题。
heading.
不过，
However, if it
如果它一直
persists,
持续
it
下去，
would pose a
那就会
safety
构成一种
hazard.
安全隐患。
In the
在
worst
最
case
坏的情况
scenario,
下，修伯利安
Hyperion
甚至会陷
would
入极
be
度
in
危险的
critical
境地。
danger. At the edge of the Sahara Desert, May's docking plan is going smoothly. Raven, are you sure someone
杜亚，
associated with World
你
Serpent
确定
needs
在
a
这种
phone
连信号都
delivered
成问题的
in
地
a place
方，
with no
有
signal?
世界蛇的相关人士需要你为他配送一部手机？
Here, do your own research.
你自己研究吧。
Raven tossed the unopened box to May. What's in
这
this
盒
box?
子里究
Who
竟装着什
knows?
么？谁知
If you're
道？
asking my
如果你是
opinion,
问我的
I
看
think
法，
it's really a
我觉得它
phone
确
that
实
can
就是
be
一部手机，
delivered by any
交给普
courier.
通快递员也能
What,
配送。
you want to unbox and
吗
inspect?？
你还想拆开来检查一下？
The listener took it literally. May tossed the box back to Raven. and in that interval, her hand gripped the sheath at her side, one of the standard stances of Hokushin Ito-ru. A slash. When the box was back in Raven's hand, it had split to two. Of course, Raven's glove and the phone inside were undamaged. The smell of ozone lingered in the air, proving that Hersher of Thunder used her authority. It's really just a phone. My electromagnetic field didn't detect anything funny. I can pay for the box. I'm no longer a member of World Serpent, so I don't think I need to play by its rules. I can relate to Cosmo now. But May, be forewarned that I have professional ethics. You admitted you're not one of us anymore, so I'm not telling you anything else. But you don't look like you want to keep certain leads from me. Raven shrugged. Who knows? Maybe it's because we couldn't avoid each other for months and got acquainted. May. May felt Raven had something to say. Her intuition was right, but she did not expect what she would hear. I'll tell you. Actually, Project Stigma is complete in sense. What did you say? I'm saying, although I don't know the specifics, I'm likely doing the finishing work on Project Stigma. Honestly, I was surprised when I was told so. My face was exactly like yours. That doesn't make sense. World Serpent hasn't conducted any large-scale experiments since Arc City. I thought Kevin was just preparing to act. That's our blind spot. Blind spot? Has Jacko given up on human experiments? Or is Great Serpent devoting himself to charity? It's hair. Hair? You've heard of that name, right? And that's it. It's okay. I'm not much better. According to Great Serpent, while Jacko was trying, Hair was rearranging the blueprint of Project Stigma her way. As I said, the project has reached its final stage. So, what did she say? Seeing is believing. You're about to find out. Raven counted a mass number of number signs along the road and quickened her step. 1982, 1983, 1984. After Raven knocked at the door, an old man in jalaba came out. He put on a Bluetooth handset and dialed a number on the phone. He then slid the phone into his pocket without a word and went to sit on a concrete pier. What's he doing? Waiting to dream. Dream? Yes, literally. With World Serpent technology, he can dream anytime, anywhere. But what does that have to do with Project Stigma? Be patient. You'll see soon enough. The old man sitting on the concrete pier in the yard had closed his eyes and begun to snore. His body was gradually enveloped in a purple fluorescent light and vanished in the next instant. A physical entity, a living man, lost its unitarity in the real space due to some perplexing technology that was closer to magic. This is his dream fused with the Sigma space. That's what Hare told me. You're a Hersher. Maybe you can validate that. Validate? Didn't you validate the phone I gave him? I'm the Hersher of Thunder, not the Hersher of Sentience. Oh yeah. If you don't follow up, you'll lose me. Raven walked to where the old man was. He took out her phone and swung it twice, and a familiar-looking space door appeared out of nowhere. Aren't you stalking me? This door will last about 10 minutes. If you still want to, be my guest. Oh, and I'll leave the cleanup of this place to you. For hundreds of days and nights, similar space doors were almost part of May's life. During that journey towards the past, they stood erect and silent, like pairs of weathered eyes, observing the joy and sorrows across 50,000 years. But now, this spacious door only made May feel like an emotionless hollow. Anyhow, staying put is meaningless. World Serpent, show me what you want to do.
让我看看你们究竟想要做什么吧。
We deployed the satellites of anti-entropy and Jigsaw and inspected the current orbit of Hyperion. The conclusion is that your surrounding space is perfectly normal. Strange. The autopilot system calibrates fine as well. What else can cause the ship to keep deviating from its set course? Could the ship's power have gone wrong mechanically? That's unlikely. If you forget that the core power system of Hyperion has been fully upgraded with programmable Solium, if it has a problem, I'd have detected it. Yes, that might be the reason. Huh? You mean Solium? Programming, to be precise. If an interfering signal is mistakenly received by Solium as a command, then the actual response of the mechanical system might deviate from the anticipated response of the control system. And if the source of this interference signal isn't under control, then deviation will continue to increase. Madame Teresa, considering Hyperion can auto-troubleshoot in deep space, I suggest you terminate this drill immediately and turn back. You can dock with anti-entropy space station in low Earth orbit to have Hyperion maintained. Guess there's no way around it. Turning back now is disappointing, but we can't risk our lives. I-Chan, follow the emergency evacuation solution in the drill plan and return to base. I will remain on the bridge, provide necessary... Then Teresa got up from the captain's seat while giving orders to I-Chan. She suddenly felt terribly dizzy. Extreme fatigue hit her without warning and made her faint instantly.